It's the Caitlin Lee MTG Show.
Well, shall we Guy's Cradle? We just had an Academy game. Now we can have a Guy's Cradle game. The deck certainly had 3-0 potential, yeah. I mean, we lost a pretty brutal 3-game match. It's not like we got like completely rolled. Storm's open. Chat always thinks Storm's open. The whole spoiler for the next set's up. Is that right? Are there any cards I should be aware of? Anything particularly exciting for Modern, Legacy, and such? Or Standard? Aliens? I should probably select a card before I look at that too deeply. I guess I'm just taking Ragavan. Do some red-green thing. These cards are like, they're good, but they're not as good. You're excited about Unidentified Hovership. 1/1 white for a 2/2 artifact vehicle flying. Enters exile with target creature with toughness 5 or less. When it leaves, oh, they don't get the card back. They just get to get a 2/2. This is cool. It's a cool little card. Oh my god, Jesus, this pack is littered with first pickables, Yeah, Sword, Halfling, Tamiyo, maybe even Worm to some extent. So Halfling's the most like Guy's Cradle card. It's also weaker than Swords and Tamiyo. But you can get more Mana Dorks later. Well, speaking of more dorks, maybe I'll get that garden back, Ooh. Looking to wield that Knight of the Reliquary, and then I can shoot up the Guy's Cradle, spit out Titania, that sort of thing. Yeah, Endurance and Coslight Pride Mage are totally reasonable utility cards. Fabled Passage is miserable. It's just like a bad card. But it is a fetch for Titania. Makes it a little bit better than usual. Most speedruns has a card for me to look at. I think I'm gonna select Pride Mage here. Maybe. I'll grab Endurance. Sheltered by Ghosts. 1 and white for enchantment aura. Enchant creature you control. When it enters, exile target non-land permanent opponent controls. Oh, I mean, it's certainly a powerful card. It does strike me as like a busted limited card, not a constructed card. I guess there's some white aggro mirrors in Standard right now. It's not like the craziest idea. Yeah, I like Commercial District better than Razor Ridge Thicket, but I also like Swords of Plowshares over Ragavan. And untapped lands are so good. Let's take the untapped land, in our Mana Dork deck. Easier to play Chain of the Rocks? You mean easier to like put into your deck? I mean, it's fucking Lifelink, Ward 2, and +1/+0 are all like really relevant things. I don't think I would compare that card to Chain of the Rocks directly. Triumph's not great. I'm gonna take Wayfinder. Let's see the Guy's Cradle more often. Zer the Enchanter? That's funny. Zer's not in Standard, right? Shielded's Edict in Standard? There's not very many Edicts in Standard. Like, Shielded's Edict might be one of the less played black removal spells. Because a lot of your opponents are swarming. Yeah, think about Arwen. Think about Once Upon a Time. I think Once Upon a Time is better than Arwen. I'm going to take this Once Upon a Time. I'm just going to see this Cradle so often if I do that pick. I do like Arwen fine, but poor Crucible. Yeah, Crucible needs a lot, and it's so slow. I feel like Crucible has to be one of the lower win rate cards in the cube. Well, Crop Rotation could certainly find that Cradle. I think that's almost too much, though. Maybe I'll take this Ren at 6. Just in case we're Naya. This track's a little loud, Turn it down slightly. Oh, that's better. Violent Urge. Yeah, I've seen people talking about that one. It gets +1/+0 in first strike, and then Delirium for a single red instant. If there are 4 more card types, that creature gains double strike until end of turn, yeah. I'm actually way less high on Metamorphosis Fanatic than everybody else in the universe. Yeah, so Green Sun can find the Titania, but I think we want Knight here. I think it's going to end up being a good Nether Reliquary deck. I was going to record a video for this. I actually recorded it, but I didn't upload it to YouTube. My thought on this card, everyone's like jizzing their pants about Metamorphosis Fanatic for Legacy. They think it just like slots right into Scam. The issue is like you're not reanimating something on turn 2 with this in Scam, and you're competing with Reanimate and Animate Dead. People are like already not playing all their Animate Deads. I saw people talking about like reanimating other copies of Metamorphosis Fanatic with the first one, which like implies that they're playing multiple in their deck. And it's like, how many of these are you fitting in your deck? Like, you're concerned about this. How often do you think this is going to happen? It is cute how it like kind of juices up your other reanimation. And it's a super good like value laden top deck in the late game. It seems like a better post board card than a main deck card. Like post board, if people go all in on removal, like what happens in the mirror a lot, then maybe playing 2 or 3 of that card is okay. But you shouldn't be comparing it to like Animate Deads. You shouldn't be comparing it to a hyper efficient removal spell. You should be comparing it to like Barrogoyf, right? Other 3-drops. And those 3-drops still have an edge because they don't take setup time. Metamorphosis takes setup, right? You need to either like hit it at the right time, or you need to set it up with a brainstorm or something. The part where I think Metamorphosis Fanatic is interesting in Legacy is that it triggers Beans. Most of the Beans decks are not playing that many creatures to rebuy. Certainly not the ones playing Frog and stuff. So you'd have to restructure them a little bit. Or just accept that you're not going to get value a lot of the time. That's fine too. And then people have considered Worldly Tutor, right? Because then Worldly Tutor can find you a reanimation effect by finding the Metamorphosis Fanatic. And then you can also Worldly Tutor for a creature that you want to reanimate before you play a Surveil land. So then your fetch land is just consistent in Tomb if you have the Worldly Tutor. I'm gonna grab this Vista, huh? Get a fetch land here for the Titanium. And Rent, huh? Yeah, I don't actually like this end very much at all. Because it's not a fetch, right? I'm starting to feel good about this Rent in 6. Just a tracker here, maybe. Seems like so many steps would animate Deads right there, right? Yeah, there's matchups where, like, your opponent is doing, like, fucked up shit and you need to reanimate your Grizzlebrand or a Traxxas or whatever. You need to do something now. You do not have time for Metamorphosis Fanatic in, like, a lot of Legacy matchups. The value is going to be really good in some spots, but it's going to be, like, stone unplayable in others. Your speed is like a worse Necromancy with this card because it's a 3-drop, but you can't even like reliably have it on 3, right? So that was my main point, just that it like doesn't. People are like, oh, it just like slots right into Reanimator, no costs, no costs whatsoever. Just a strict upgrade to that deck. It's like, well, slow down, slow down here. Like I saw people talking about it getting banned next year and stuff. That would surprise me. I could be wrong. I've been wrong about cards before, but that would certainly surprise me. Ooh, maybe we're lumberjacking. Reclaimer, perfect here. And then Safekeeper for Titanium, as well as just to like protect our things. Safekeeper's kind of sweet with Knight, right? You can just grow it for how many things you have. What this deck mostly needs right now is like actual good duels and fetches. You've never played with Miracle cards? Yeah, that's one thing, like that's another thing about that card, Metamorphosis Fanatic. When people see Miracle cards, like their eyes like immediately translate the card to the Miracle cost. Oh, just 2 mana for this, you know. I'm guilty of this as well. When Temporal Mastery first came out, I thought it was going to be like a legitimate Legacy card. I wrote an article, I was like, this is the best shit. I was super wrong. Really easy to underrate the cost of putting a bunch of Miracle cards in your deck in Legacy. Which doesn't mean the Legacy cards are Miracle cards are unplayable. Just that people tend to overrate them a little bit before they get a chance to play with them. I think Terminus was the only one that like really had lasting power, right? We've recently gotten that 5/5. I think the 5/5 is actually an argument against Metamorphosis Fanatic too. The more creatures that just like dominate a card, and like Frog can dominate Metamorphosis, Troll can dominate Metamorphosis. Triumph of St. Catherine, like I just mentioned. That Barragoyf I mentioned. Barragoyf and the 1-mana one, right? If you're playing a Black Mirror and like your value card just gets bodied because the opponent's got a 1-mana 4/5, I don't know. Bodied is probably the wrong word. But it can let the opponent control combat. Entreat the Angels? Yeah, I don't really count Entreat the Angels. Because people aren't playing that card without Terminus, right? It's like attached. Part of that same biscuit. I don't actually want Besiege You in this deck. Because I'm playing like Lumberjack and stuff. I want actual forests. We don't really have red cards, but I might throw Parkinesis in the sideboard. Or maybe I'll take Stage here. I don't think we've seen Depths yet. Is Powergoyf played in Legacy? Not very much. Really hard for 4-drops. I've won some games with it. I've had opponents win games with it. Did I see the LSV/BK top 50? I did not, no. I checked his Twitter briefly. I didn't see it there. Did he post it to Channel Fireball or something? This Taiga is perfect. That's exactly what we need, Though we just need some fetches that find it. The perfect lane for a lumberjacking, in my opinion. Ooh, an ignoble. Well, that's not bad. I'm aware, Grimace. The beating in combat part was part of a larger point about how a general thought that a 4/4 is less exciting in Legacy than it used to be. And there being creatures that are cheaper or the same cost that are larger is part of that. It's not me saying Triumph of St. Catherine invalidates Metamorphosis or even that it's better, right? I'm not saying that at all. That was not my point. I can like try and rephrase or something, but please do not have that be your takeaway. People are talking about like how this card dodges Lightning Bolt and things like that matters so little. There are like 1.5 decks playing Lightning Bolt right now, and they're not even playing playsets. Hey, Frozen Stank, thanks for the 10 months. Thanks for sharing that Prime. Right, Irepi. Yeah, like, there's a lot of matchups where the thing that you're actually reanimating is the thing that's going to get the job done. So the spot that Metamorphosis shines in is, again, that you're getting value. The value needs to matter. Or the card's just not very good. Think about this natural order. Currently we just have a prime time. But maybe it shows up. I kind of like Bloodbraid Challenger over these other cards. Umezawa's is really good in some matchups. Heat would be good. Get another removal spell in this. I think Challenger's just great, though. A little QB action. Hell yeah. Oh, some mighty fine-looking duels. No fetches for them, but that's okay. Yeah, more fetches would have been good for the Titania, but we have some combos with Titania. What a time in Modern we've gotten to that Bolt isn't a measuring stick. Legacy. We're talking about Legacy right now. No, you're fine, Witch. Yeah, I can see Fnatic finding a permanent home in blue-black, but I would be surprised if that permanent home was more than like a one-of in the main deck. Or a few copies in the sideboard. That would surprise me. I'm also like not sure that it's better than just playing a Barragoyf or something in the sideboard, which a lot of other people seem very sure of. They're like, again, like talking about it like it's gonna get banned or something. And I am much less confident than that. That it's even gonna be a big shakeup. One thing about this card, instead of Barragoyf, is that again, we talked about like the setup requirement of like actually playing your miracle card. It is cast the damn Goyf, right? But sometimes the 3 mana on that has already put me off. And this card, if anything, costs more than 3 mana. It's a turn 3+ sort of deal. A lot of players that I really respect love it. Just huge, huge fans. Shit in their pants. Their collective pantaloons. It can always be a little hard to be too confident until you've actually played with a card. Sometimes it's obvious. When it's come to dealing with like miracle type cards, I think it's less obvious. I definitely overrated Triumph of St. Catherine before I got a chance to play with it. I think card's playable, right? But I thought it was going to be even better than it actually is. We might need that ent, actually. What card are we talking about? We were talking about Metamorphosis Fanatic. It's a 6 mana 4/4 lifelink. When it enters, return up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to battlefield with a lifelink counter on it. You can miracle it for 1 in a black. I also might be underestimating the amount of times you hardcast it, but I don't see hardcast trolls very often. At least not in the blue-black mirror. Well, I was certainly not saying mediocre to it. Like, I did say that it was probably legacy playable. Just reining folks back a little bit. Reining the exuberance back a smidge. A card can be playable and people still overrate it, right? Yeah, Bloodbraid Challenger is one of my favorites too. What a sick card. Think about cutting Endurance out of this main. I could also just jam this. With Once Upon a Time and Ent and stuff in there though, I kind of like playing it all. Playing all 17 lands. Exploration. Exploration requires a lot of land drops per Genomator. It's not something that you should just play. So, like, for example, if you were playing a 19-land deck, then maybe you would consider Exploration. Or if you were playing a deck that has a lot of card draw to make sure they just always have lands. That's not really what this deck is. The only card in here that I would say plays well with Exploration is this Red and 6. And that one doesn't have a ton to get back, right? We just have that single Prismatic Vista and the Sunbaked Canyon. I think your Exploration would end up being bad a lot of the time. Not worth a card. Good question. More of a combo card than a value card. Sure. Yeah, a lot of decks that would play Fastbond might want it. Gotta make sure the flow of lands keeps coming. I mean, there's other potential homes besides Legacy Reanimator, Scott. But I clearly don't fully disagree. I do kind of like the Endurance. Oh, you like City of Traders with Titania? I kind of dig that too. I think we can make it work. I kind of want to cut this Ragavan. It took so early. I guess we have a few ways of forcing it through. Oh, it's good with build too, right? Grow the Ragavan. And we have Exalted. Yeah, we have two kinds of Exalted. Okay. Yeah, we have cards to ramp into a city. We have the Ignoble to grab it if it looks good. I think it's reasonable here for sure. This is like 11-ish green. Probably don't want to go too much lower than that. This would be 6 red, which is 1 less than I want. And 7 white. 7 white's great. Yeah, let's just play 1 more red source. We'll go down to 10 green. That's probably okay. A lot of these cards bring us from like 1 green to multiple, and then Once Upon a Time's most likely to get a green source. I wasn't counting Once Upon a Time towards anything. Once Upon a Time like helps your mana, but it's very difficult to count it when I'm doing my mana counts. So you should just like have a little bit more confidence in whatever mana base you end up with. We're jamming some Vintage Cube here. Hope you had a good stream, Jim. Hope you had a great time. Were we all talking Duskborn previews? What format was Jim playing? Jim, of course, one of my yearly opponents in the Cube for Charity. Oh, someone give him a shout out. Nice, thank you. Very highly recommend throwing him a follow if you've not done so yet. Ooh, should I just turn 2 Sentinel? I was thinking turn 2 Reclaimer and then I get to like tutor up Gaia's Cradle, but maybe just playing a Sentinel. Maybe just get that rolling is good, right? You would not have predicted they would tap those 2 lands and play Sword of the Meek. Yeah, right? Not a very predictable thing. Metamorph gonna copy my Sentinel. Fair enough. My Wayfinder to lead my turn. Ooh, hello. Kind of interesting that they didn't crack. Oh, I guess they need the map token, huh? They need the map token potentially for Metalcraft. And now that we've drawn this Bone Horde Dracosaur, I'm gonna fire it off so I can start drawing me some cards. A little bit worried about the opponent getting the Thopter combo together. Yes, the Sentinel copy is an artifact, but if they crack the map token, then they need the Sentinel to be able to be untapped with, right? Must have all. So if I decide to kill the Sentinel so I can like get in with my stuff or what have you, then all of a sudden the Mox Opal's turned off. You see that when they pass with an open mana and a map token. So I was kind of hypothesizing. I was kind of wondering the reasoning for not cracking the map token, right? And I think a good reason is that you want to make sure that your Mox Opal stays turned on. Sorry if I misspoke and implied that the map token was necessary to keeping it on. They could have had Spell Pierce or something. I don't think that that's likely. Is this like awkward to play around an unknown that you haven't seen in Vintage Cube? The odds of a given opponent having it are pretty small. I think the Narset changes things a little bit. I was planning on slamming the Dracosaur, but I think I want to clear the Narset. And Questing Beast is pretty good at that. So we'll do this. Map Sentinel up a little bit. And I'm attacking, I'm losing some value here with the attack. Just making sure the Narset dies. Making sure they don't use it to find a sweeper for me or get the Thopter Sword combo together. Although the Questing Beast is pretty good versus... Questing Beast is pretty good versus the Thopter Sword combo. I think I should have put one of the 1/1 counters on the Questing Beast. Correct, Metallic Rebuke is not in the cube. I think it was briefly. But I might be thinking about a different cube. Is it draw 7 we're looking at? Noise. I wonder why you tap all and flow like that. Do you think they were thinking about upheaval? I think it played out kind of smooth. Oustin Swords are not necessarily great here, but they might be good versus Tinker, right? Tinker Blightsteel. We haven't seen it, but we don't know that it's not there either. I mean, I'm gonna actually bring in Witness, because Witness can get back Pride Mage and Terra Sunday. There's a couple list Was that the worst block for the opponent? Well, they didn't have a block. No, it was not the worst block. They blocked such that they didn't take... So they took less damage. Because they blocked the Questing Beast. So their only real options were that block or no block. It's not like there was some like magical extra option. That did something better. I think I'm just going to turn to this QB, huh? Then I don't know whether to play Reclaimer or Safekeeper. Next turn, I think I'm just going to bin end to get another forest, play out Reclaimer. Original Kamigawa was the worst block. Oh my god. Strongly disagree with that. I thought Kamigawa Limited was kind of fun. And the block format was interesting. Got a little derpy at the end there. Yeah, right. Someone never played Homelands. Was Homelands a full block, though? You started playing it, Kamigawa. Gotcha, gotcha. A lot of people never played Homelands. Yeah, a lot of casuals. Ice Age Homelands alliances. Feeling good about the Safekeeper. Yeah, I guess we just offer the trade. Doesn't feel good, but I don't know else what I'm doing. You bought actual packs of Homelands when it came out? That I never did. I never bought a literal pack of Homelands. I have drafted it. Ooh, that's bad for me. I almost want to get this Surveil land. I'm going to get Cradle, but I almost want to get that Surveil land, That can't be worth, right? Dashing Ragavan here. This can't be. Y'all ready for me to sack the Savannah and then draw a white card? I guess I could get Portico. Let's have a rated card to play Ragavan. The Ragavan doesn't really matter here. That looks like an excellent draw. You bought more Chronicles than you want to admit. I think, like, if you were a newer player, Chronicles is probably awesome, right? All right, the cards, the set that tanked all the prices of the other cards. Yeah, give me those. This seems good to start out with. Give me some City of Brass. Well, that's Infinite Grim Monolith mana. I can't really F6 because I've got Safekeeper up, but I can auto-yield the Monolith. Wait, the top of my dome. Two best cards in Cube. What are those? Still looking at the Swamp King. Yeah, that's the 5-mana 5/5, right? They would like drain your opponent when you played the cards. I don't think so, Pyres. Sure, there's plenty of remakes of this one, I messed around with Sulkanar in Chandelar. Really love that card. The issue is once I got a good enough mana base to actually like play it in a deck, then it was better to just be doing other things. Oh, fun, Pars. Sure. Drawn 2, that's a good sign. Making more mana, that's a bad sign. You think they butchered him when they made a new version? What's the new version? The Tainted? Five mana, 5/5. Grease's colors. Philippa Burren art. Fucking love Philippa Burren. Kind of a cool card. You said that ruined it? Ruined the card? I have priority. Your mom has priority. And I mean that with utmost respect. Is she taking any game actions? We'll just say there's no shortage of actions in this game. Making 1/1s. Oh yeah, making 1/1s, turning them into 3/3s. Everything you could expect in a good game of Magic the Gathering. What are they gonna do with infinite mana and a resolving Dig Through Time? That deck went 2-1. Brady Bullard lost to a fast Boros aggro deck that had some nice artifact hosers. Entropic Ender says that most of us are 0-1s. Speak for yourself. I guess you were. But only for yourself. I'm at least an 0-3. I'll leave my house and go to a Magic tournament. And my ass hasn't left the bed yet. Because of that dump truck, exactly. So Vista gives me another trigger. So does Sunbaked Canyon. Maybe Canyon's where it's at. Not huge on identified jokes around here, Slothbeard. Don't recommend them. Might just activate Reclamation now. Use that mana. You're fine, Slothbeard. Just letting you know, right? Gentle warning. That's all it's there for. Starting to feel like my opponent might be ahead here. Oh, they're just spinning yours up. Yeah, we'll scoop to that. Good enough. An overrun? Yeah, we're the 3 in a red, 3/3 haste, where the opponent can't block for the turn. That would be good there too. We just see if they have win con in their deck. I mean, I feel like they had some in play. I think they were good on win cons. Kind of dig this start, huh? Turn 2 Sentinel action. Got some disruption in hand. You're damn right, I'll exile the first card I see him. I'm not going to crack the map here. I want to use it as a filtering next turn too, rather than get a +1/+1 counter. Yeah, they spent their whole turn playing the Grim Monolith. And, like, the Grim Monolith is a combo piece with their Zerta, right? Made sense to nuke it, I thought. Sentinel really is a nice card, yeah. Hits hard. It's just, like, landing for me that they've got Black Lotus and Soul Ring in their deck. It's like, yeah, alright. Sure. Am I gonna get destroyed for not growing my Sentinel one more? Kind of feels like that's what the case here, doesn't it? Fair enough. I don't know whether I should get back 6 or Sentinel here. Maybe even Terra Sunder, right? Just pop the Might Stone. I think we want to apply some pressure. Oh, I wonder if Malevolent Rumble's interesting. What about that Malevolent Rumble? Just cast Rumble again? Six casts permanents if you get to untap with it, if it finds a land for you, and then it like attacks for 2. The Sentinel is already drawing me a card. You need lands in your hand for 6. Oh, she went up. Hey, the Nun, thanks for the 77 months. If you skip through all of the downsides of a card and straight to the good stuff, and then compare it to another card with its faults and such, very easy to favor one or the other. I guess I'll just get a 1/1 counter here. In case they can blink Might Stone somehow. Oh, you were talking because someone said 6 could cast Rumble. Yeah, no. No, but the 6 could have cast the Sentinel. I think there's an argument to rebind the 6. And then trying to use it to cast the Rumble the next turn. Or not the Rumble, the Sentinel the next turn. Yeah, I guess I just swords that. Yeah, we have our colors here, but this hand is slow as shit, right? This is super slow. We're gonna mull. This is keepable. I'm gonna bin the Walking Ballista. I think I'm gonna lead on Lumberjack. You've had launch in the sheet since Tuesday. Very believable, JRC. Hey, Squid Squad, thanks for giving a sub to Raised Fist. Congrats, Raised Fist. Kiefer says it's time for a nice glass of whiskey. Nice. Love that. So I'm going to try and high roll here. Lead on Lumberjack. If we rip a land off the top, we get to turn 2 either Titania or Bonehorde Drakersar, which would be quite good. That didn't happen, though. That super didn't happen. Oh, Squid Squad was donating a sub for the laundry tax. Very kind of you. Hey, Gerbop thinks the sub, thinks the 60 months there. I'm just gonna grab a land here, That'll make sure. So I can play my dragon next turn. Oh, that's not true. I'll only have 4 mana. You just smoked a ribeye and have a glass of wine yourself. Nice, Witch. Sounds like a lot of folks are having real pleasant, restful evenings. Yeah, if you know that you're going to draw that extra land. Well, I guess we took a forest, right? That's still the second green source for titanium, so you can't really take the safekeeper over the forest, maybe. Bronco, sure. Nice. Getting that haste in. Drawing Mother of Runes. Mother of Runes, another good one to give haste to, huh? I hope we get to untap with this dragon. Oh, fun, Absolute Rages. Good luck in both your Money Cube draft and at the Energy. Those things are kind of fun. Someone was in the chat trying to convince me to like fly out to some event that's like nowhere near me. And I'm like, that's no. What are you talking about? You can barely get me to play a 5K in my own hometown. Like that's. Come to Brazil? I mean, I would love to go to Brazil. Would love to go to Brazil. You have a question about Arena? You should probably go bother an Arena streamer. There's a bunch of them. So many Arena streamers. I don't know whether to 6+ tracker or just like crack Canyon and get Titania rolling, huh? Yeah, no worries, Decimar. No worries. Good luck on your quest. Just a little off topic here, that's all. I feel like this is better than just playing 6 and tracker. They just like don't attack that well. I guess they block pretty well. Ooh, Vista. Yeah, the first one empty Cheons. And the second one got recorded, but my computer crashed when I was like in the middle of when I was in the middle of editing that one. It should have been like a really clean, simple edit too. I recorded way less video to make the editing process less miserable. And then just like the frustration of switching the files over. Things getting lost and stuff. Never finished that one. But at least my viewer got to fight me in person. That's something. You lost your tennis league match today, but it was super fun. Might get some whiskey. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, nothing wrong with a little bit of commiseration whiskey. And then, of course, if you win your tennis match, then it's a celebration whiskey. I don't understand this attack. That is annoying. That card would have been a lot better a few seconds ago, huh? I guess I could ping Luminarch and see if they respond. Or no, maybe I'm supposed to ping the Mother Runes and pay the ward. Will I give him protection? So I'm going to cast this Once Upon a Time. Hello. What just happened? Is this a Lyra stack? I guess it is. Okay. I feel like Lyris doesn't do anything here. But they might just not have a better play, That's what that usually means when I put a Lyris to hand. Yeah, putting a 1/1 counter on Mother Runes makes it a lot more annoying to ping down. I think the Selfless Spirit should have killed my Red and 6 there. I think we just serve with Bone Horde, right? Just take it down. Boop. Very chill. How do we feel about Endurance versus Luris? Is that a thing we need to consider? I think I like Endurance better than Ragavan in this matchup. I feel like Ragavan's going to get bricked very often on the draw, especially. This dragon kind of fucks when your opponent just leaves it sit there for 4 turns. I mean, you're drawing 3 per turn, right? And it's spitting out mana and 3/1s and stuff. I've seen this Bone Horde Dracosaur end a lot of games. A lot of the times, your opponents have played all of the removal by the time you get to Dracosaur. So you're just like, yeah. The fact that it like breaks your opponent's attacks a lot of the times that it comes down to. So like sure, it doesn't give you immediate value, but a lot of times your opponent can't attack into a 5/5 flying first strike. It just stabilizes a lot of boards that you wouldn't necessarily expect. Thinking about turn 2/6 instead of just sacking City Traders. And then I'm just going to pass here, so I'm not running into some flash creature. Stip vibes for the next draft. What do you think at Endo? I jam a Stip. I would love a Stip. Please Stip. Alright, well, if they're going to fetch a tap lane, I guess I'll serve. I would play around like Flash Dog or Containment Priest or whatever. If they don't fetch there. Lane destruction plus bounty per lane destroyed. Oh my god. Be still my heart. Really missing that red mana for the red and 6. But we might get there sooner rather than later. Caleb's made a lot of money off these tips in the past. The lane destruction plus bounty per lane destroyed. Yeah, though the cube used to have Armageddon in it. Hey, Triflin, thanks for gifting a sub to Infish Shadow. Congrats, Infish Shadow. Appreciate you, Triflin. Getting those Subarooskis in. Cheers. Well, we still have, September going. Wow, 2 mils and no hits, Kind of got to do this. And think I'm just going to play my hand here. Just play the Tireless Tracker, play the land drop. Yeah, I thought that might be happening with the Cradle. It would have been nice to hit a land and like potentially rebuy the Ballista to clear the Luminarch. Just make Cradle kind of bad. Fair enough. Now the Luminarch can pump the Ballista. That's funny. My Elvish Mystic. I assume they're clearing Tracker too, huh? Maybe want to do that before I get to untap. And then they lose the... I think their idea is now the Ballista can clear the Reclaimer, and they're just like shrinking the guy's Cradle. The idea that Luris can rebuy stuff. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Ray, thanks for 56 months. I appreciate the luck. Yeah, I guess I just rebuy Titania, huh? It's kind of neat to rebuy Tracker here and just start cracking clues. I don't think that's crazy. Titania brings back City of Traders. I don't know how useful that is. Let's get the flow going. The auto ad was sneaking up on me. In an ideal world, that would always only happen during sideboarding and stuff. The ads. I've decided this was not a very good attack. I should have probably made the dragon first, right? Make sure I had a flying blocker. We have a little bit... Maybe I should crack the clue here. We've got Oust, and there's Eternal Witness that can rebuy Swords to Plowshares in the deck of these 12 cards. So I'm going to crack the clue now. I guess 6 could have been a blocker for a flyer anyway, right? Like, just make Bonehorde Dragon pass. They make it 2020. I block the 2020 with my 6. Get to untap with Bonehorde Dragon. Maybe just, like, have a win. Anyway, I'm just trying to decide if there's a better odd by cracking a clue or just playing the Bloodbraid Challenger. I wish we had one more mana here. I guess it's better to Cascade, right? Because there could be a bunch of lands on top. Hey, Indo Jackson thinks the $20 donation. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're trying to Cascade and Oust. Wouldn't that be nice? It's a blocker. I don't want to hit myself, right? Yeah, I'll hit myself. A lot of flyers in there. It makes Eternal Witness not an out specifically. But we shuffled the Swords of Plowshares back into the deck, and we also shuffled a bunch of other flyers and reach creatures and the like. No! Alright. Oh, the Witness was not in the deck. Fair enough. I was counting it for some reason. Do I want Witness? Sort of not. It's good at rebuying removal, but there's a chance it also gets bricked. Let's play it over Pride Mage. We didn't really see anything for Pride Mage. Terror is not an answer, Arafel. Our own Thespian stage is indeed out of the question. They're only going to play Dark Depths when they can make it 2020, right? So then I have to leave up mana for my stage just in case they play it. I don't want to play that game. Twitch chat always jumps to the cutest fucking thing. They're like, hey, what about the cutest bullshit you ever heard in your life? Is that the right play? It never is. just absolutely not. Ooh, hello. A little Bloodbraid Challenger, too. Better be cute than good. That's my motto. It carried me very far in life. Hey, Mr. Krasny C. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for 52 months. Yeah, I was planning on going Malevolent Rumble into Sentinel, but now that we do the Ignoble, we can just, like, play that first and play Sentinel off that. That's pretty good. I once again forgot to run ads during sideboarding. Burned another snooze. Sure. You put that Hierarch in the hole. Not sure if it's better than Titania or QB here. I guess I just QB. I'm just QB serving. I could bring Bloodbraid Challenger. Maybe that's sick. Is this baklava? Ooh. Ooh. Should I lead on the baklava? Should I even open the foil package here? This is precious little baklava container. Look at that. Yeah, sure looks like a win, hum. Hey, nice for 2-0. That's not bad, chat. That's not bad. Saturday in the Netherlands, too. All these awesome places I've never been. The Taiga's tempting. The Bliss is also tempting, hum. Let's grab the mana, huh? The Bliss already having something that I want to kill with it. Certainly something. I don't think trading here is crazy. But I think I want to be able to go like, ooh, let's just do that. I was going to go Bill plus Portico, but this is just the best answer. I'm so glad I took the Taiga instead of the Ballista. And I don't need that Plains. I can maybe get it back with Ren anyway. I'm going to take damage, but I'm going to bin a land. Because again, I have this Ren and 6 in play. So it kind of gets me my card back. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this sandwich. This is a mighty sandwich. And that might sound like Twitter talk to some of you. But I just want you to know that's correct. That's exactly what it is. if I should spread these 1/1 counters, put one on the Reclaimer too. Well, if there's a red card that deals like 1 mana and deals 4 damage, maybe that's a real reason to get Bill up to 5. The best nickname for Bill? I just call him Inspector Cuddles. Due to all the bristles, you know. Are you here, opponent? What are you what are you doing? Maybe they had to go to the bathroom. This would be a great time to eat my sandwich if I was still hungry. Opponent's also finishing a sandwich. Yeah, they got a hungry watching me earlier. Had to take a break to go chat down. Oh, here we go. That's how it works in my brain. The world revolves around me. Hell yeah, inert materials. Yeah, I have an RCQ tomorrow, which is also the time for the Feeder League, which is bad timing. It might be the last Feeder League of the event, too. But I'll try and play at least a couple. Wow, Diclone. That's so harsh. That's so harsh. I feel like a winner. That sandwich was delicious. The RCQ is modern, which I've been enjoying a lot lately. Agent Wang had a grilled cheese burrito box from Taco Bell today. Didn't finish it, the price was right. Yeah. When I was younger, I was in one of those houses where, like, you never wasted, like, a shred of food. Like, you would never even throw away, like, a bite of food, you know? And, that made it really hard not to overeat. It took me a long time to realize that I could just not finish stuff. And that was often healthier. Wow, they killed Reclaimer? Is that a Bill? Tenue, I guess. Being too full sucks. Being too full does suck, yeah. Just lose all your energy. Hell yeah, Charles. Love to hear that. Was this a house without a refrigerator? It was not, Pyogre. Nope. Just parents who had, you know, grown up with their parents in the Great Depression. And so even though my mom had a middle-aged job, we were still very thrifty. How are we doing today? Pretty well. Pretty well. Had a nice little 2-in-1 earlier. Now we're in finals with this Naya deck. How often after a set reveal do you generally do your limited set reviews? Usually pretty soon. I don't know if I'm going to do one for this one, Scoots Ness. I didn't for Blue Burrow, and I kind of liked that. I know some people really like the set reviews, but they take a ton of effort, and they tend to get underwatched. Hey, Johan Leafheart, thanks for the sub, thanks for 41 months. Too spooky, we understand. So spooky. That's a turn 1 gun. That's pretty. That's pretty good. I need to rip a answer to this gut very quickly. You just like the highlights for constructed? Yeah. I've thought about just doing those for YouTube, just like go over the top X constructed cards or whatever. I think a lot of folks would prefer that. A lot of times to find the top constructed cards, though, I have to read through the whole set anyway. This just makes it so that Gut can't attack, I guess. And then we trade with a skeleton token. And then have nothing. Take 4, go to 9. Try and rip Swords to Plowshares for my turn. Do a reaction video to somebody else's set review. That might be good. It would have to be... What do they even just do? It would have to be the set review of a friend. I wouldn't want to just leech off of somebody's content without their permission. Well, that was a lot better than the first game, huh? But that would be kind of fun, huh? Give them shit for spots where we disagreed. Well, this hand can handle a turn 1 Gut, or at least put one off. Hey, Luke Holmes, thanks for the sub, thanks 11 months. It's a pretty fast dragon. Pretty fucking fast dragon here. Yeah, we can't block the Plunderer because it's got Menace. You could jump the dragon if you wanted to. Did not mill anything to rebuy. We could Pride Mage that Mox Diamond. Opponent's got so much treasure, though. I think I just want to play the Pride Mage out as a potential blocker for this Plunderer. Stop letting them attack for free. Hell yeah, Luke Holmes. Really good Gut deck, huh? No. God damn it. I just like clicked through it, and my hand wasn't even on my mouse. I thought we were going straight to attacks. Yeah, I very obviously would have sacked a land to protect my Pride Mage to prevent this. Now I have to 2-for-1 myself to kill the Plunder. I think that just means that I can't win. I think I'm just dead now. Whereas the 2/2 and the Avacyn's Pilgrim blocking here, and then I get to keep the Safekeeper around to break future removal spells. Oh well. Probably in a rough spot anyway with the dragon showing up again in a few turns. Still, it's just like so much worse, right? It just feels bad. It just feels bad to misclick. And now they get to reanimate my Safekeeper, which they would not have been able to do otherwise. Yeah, I'm just going to scoop. Some real mental damage that game. Alright, we have a Stip Friends. Maybe that'll break my 2-in-1 curse here.